right, time for our Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, and cooling. Who's hot and who's N-O-T, not hot? How about Ben Zobrist, your World Series MVP? And who's not? Lonnie Chisenhall, brutal for the Indians. See if he can have a better showing if he ever gets back to the World Series.
Wow. Well said. I don't even know
what
that
you want me to say? I can't sugarcoat it.
He's on vacation now for 5 months.
Yeah.
Hang with him?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That hurts, man. Second place is not a good place to be.
Someone's talking in my ear, and I really can't hear what he's saying to me.
Ameristar.
Ameristar Casino. What is it? The pitching I can't remember.
I mean, do you get this? I mean, you realize it's 3 o'clock in the morning here in Cleveland. We've got a W flag behind us, which is just reminding of us everything that's happened. It's pouring down rain. You and I are out here by ourselves. Our great crew has been with us all this time. You're supposed to do an Ameristar read here or something. I don't know what to tell you to do. I'm flat out delirious right now.
Our Ameristar Casino Hotel Resort pitching recap. Kyle Hendricks, who probably could have been left in to go a little longer.
Wait a minute, Kyle Hendricks pitched today?
He did. They didn't like the matchup of Kyle Hendricks against the lefty Kipnis, so they went to the lefty.
Way to recall that. I don't even remember, was that
John
like 24
Lester.
hours ago?
So you had that. You had Hendricks, you had Lester, and then you had Corey Kluber, who just, I said to you, I thought 3 starts in 8 days was going to be too much, and he wasn't very good tonight.
No, he wasn't. Didn't have any strikeouts. I think that really did stand out, and I think that's the telling number right there when you look at what Kluber accomplished in his 2 previous starts against the Cubs. 15 strikeouts in those. I think it was roughly 13 innings. Tonight, nothing. Again, made some pitches and settled down a little bit after the Fowler home run, but still, all in all, I thought the Cubs at bats were going to lead to some big moments against Kluber, and obviously they did.
Absolutely, they did. So that's to take a look again at our Ameristar Casino Resort Hotel pitching recap. And we'll take another timeout. A little bit more to do. Stick with us, and then we'll have some more cool pictures for you as well. The Empire State Building lit up red and blue tonight for the Cubs in New York, and the Enos Catuli Building outside Wrigley. The numbers are all zeros. Be right back.
Look at it, lads. New York City. Just doesn't get any better than this.
Actually, it does. With Grubhub, you can get the best foods delivered anywhere.
Gluten-free pad thai here for Seamus.
I am Seamus.
Gluten-free?
Yeah. Can't even taste the difference. Oh, you gotta lock up that front tire.
Four Seasons, how can we help you?
It's the furnace! The old pile of scraps burning through my savings! Hurry!
Remain calm, we're on our way.
24-hour repair and same-day installation. Four Seasons can replace your furnace for as little as $17.95. Furnace and AC combos from $36.95. And take advantage of 0% interest financing for 5 years.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hi, everybody. This is Pat Hughes. The Chicago Cubs are in the World Series for the first time in 71 years. To commemorate this, BigTimeBats.com is releasing the 2016 World Series Team Signature Bat. The full-size bat will have the facsimile signatures of the Cubs team and the World Series logo. The bat is limited to 5,000 individually numbered bats and sells for $129.95. Call BigTimeBats.com now at 1-866-280-BATS.
Speed always wins, especially in my business. With slow internet from the phone company, you can't keep up. You're stuck, watching spinning wheels and progress bars until someone else scoops your story.
Switch to Comcast Business with high-speed internet up to 10 gigabits per second.
You wouldn't pick a slow race car, then why settle for slow internet?
Comcast Business, built for speed, built for business.
All right, time for the Blue Cross Blue Shield Keys recap. Holly time, take it away.
Really? You want the keys?
Really?
You want the keys recap right now?
Yeah.
All right.
I only do what they tell me.
I'll give you the keys recap if you like. Here you go. cross that bridge. Hendricks to Chapman. Well, John Lester was a huge part of it. No doubt it was big time. Chapman was not, well, probably what we expected tonight. I think it's going to raise some questions moving forward. Who cares, frankly? We won tonight. That's all we care about right now. Things got a little dicey, but you know what? It was a big part of the game. 2 out RBIs, Cappy. I crushed this one tonight. They were all over the place. Big hits by the Indians, big-time hits by the Cubs. Think about the entire rally there and extras. Obviously, we had 2 or 3 2-out RBIs even before that. Outstanding at-bats with runners in scoring position. A lot more scoring in this game than I think many people thought was actually going to happen, both from the Indians and from the Cubs, interestingly enough. And then the one thing I mentioned to you beforehand, I thought this was going to be a real advantage for us. Cubs bats versus Indians relievers. Even Andrew Miller gave up some runs tonight. Good at-bats against him, a couple runs on his ledger. But everybody got to Shaw. Allen was okay, but he teetered a little bit. Ended up giving it one run himself.
All right. Now, this current team only has 2 members that were here when they lost 101 games back in 2012. That would be Anthony Rizzo and Travis Wood. Theo Epstein and his team, Jason McLeod and GM Jed Hoyer, arrived in this fall of 2011. They completely overhauled everything in this organization on the baseball side from top to bottom. Here's how your 2016 World Champion Chicago Cubs were built.
We're going to win the World Series. We're going to win the World Series by striving in every day and every way to be the best franchise in baseball. There's a lot of work to do, but everyone needs to know that we are here for the long term and we are here to win.
The construction of a champion actually began 3 months before the introduction of the Ricketts family. Jim Hendry signed unheralded prospect Wilson Contreras. That came nearly 7 years before he debuted with a pinch hit homer in his very first big league at-bat. Next, Javier Baez was drafted. After debuting with an extra inning home run, Javi rebuilt his swing, maturing at the major league level into the 2016 NLCS Co-Most Valuable Player. The Ricketts family's first landmark move was the hiring of team president Theo Epstein.
Baseball is better in ballparks like this. Baseball is better during the day. And baseball is best of all when you win. That ultimately is why I'm here today.
A week after introducing their team president, the Cubs named Jed Hoyer general manager and Jason McLeod senior VP of player development. With the Cubs brain trust now in place, the plan was put into action. The first move seemed minor. Travis Wood came over from the Reds in a 4-player deal. The Cubs' 2013 All-Star representative is now the longest tenured Cub at the major league level. That's along with Anthony Rizzo. Originally drafted by Epstein in Boston, the Cubs plucked Rizzo from Jed Hoyer's old team, the Padres, in exchange for pitcher Andrew Kashner. The 3-time All-Star has become the team's leader and the heart and soul of the franchise. After Rizzo, Albert Almora was brought on board with the 6th pick in the 2012 amateur draft. 26 days later, Jorge Soler was signed to a multi-million 9-year major league contract. In December, the Cubs brass took a chance on a reclamation project named Hector Rondon. He was nabbed from the Indians in the Rule 5 draft. The plan continued with deadline deals during the 2012 season. The Cubs moved Ryan Dempster for a package that included a little-known Rangers prospect named Kyle Hendricks, the Dartmouth product and 2016 earned run average champion, now known as the Professor. Chris Bryant became the new face of the franchise when he was selected with the 2nd pick in the 2013 draft. All Bryant's done is win College Player of the Year, Minor League Player of the Year, and Rookie of the Year honors in consecutive seasons, with the best yet to come. 1 month later, the sign and flip phenomenon began. Jake Arrieta and Pedro Strop were acquired from Baltimore for, you remember, Scott Feldman and Steve Clevenger. Arrieta became a Cy Young Award winner and Strop a reliable setup man. 20 days before that Baltimore heist, Carl Edwards Jr. was acquired as part of the Matt Garza trade with Texas. Former National League Rookie of the Year Chris Coughlin signed on in January of 2014. Then, during the 14 hot stove season, one of baseball's brightest minds was introduced as the new Cubs skipper.
I'm going to talk playoffs, I'm going to talk World Series this year, I promise you. I am. And I'm going to believe it. The challenge is so outstanding. How could you not want to be in this seat? This is a 107-year opportunity for me right now.
1 month after Madden came on board, Miguel Montero was acquired, and the hashtag #WeAreGood was born.
We are good! We are good!
Theo and company followed that move with the largest and most important free agent pitching signing in franchise history.
Breaking news to report for Northside baseball fans. The Cubs, in fact, have landed left-handed starter John Lester.
It definitely permits everybody to buy in or believe a little bit more easily.
John Lester's a Cub!
The $155 million lefty chose Chicago, spurning offers from many of the other top teams in baseball. 9 days later, Lester's personal catcher followed him to the Windy City, signing a 2-year contract. Grandpa Rossi brought wisdom and title experience to a very young Cubs core. The Cubs turned to the 2014 draft to stock their farm system, selecting a stocky catcher from Indiana University, 4th overall. Kyle Schwarber became a postseason hero, homering 5 times in the 2015 playoffs, becoming the franchise leader in that category.
Deep right field, get out the tape measure, long gone!
After Schwarbs, it was back to the trade market for a modern-day blockbuster. Jeff Samardzija and Jason Hamill were shipped to Oakland in a package that brought Addison Russell to Clark and Addison. Hamill was re-signed at the beginning of 2015, and at the age of 21, Russell became the Cubs' everyday shortstop.
Oh my goodness!
The offseason produced the next Cubs bargain. Dexter Fowler was acquired for Luis Valbuena. You go, we go became a mantra as Dex ignited the offense from the top of the batting order.
Fair expectations. I mean, I think we're trying to win a World Series. I didn't come here for a haircut. I came here for jewelry.
The Cubs added more championship-winning experience in the 2015 offseason, signing veteran John Lackey away from the Cardinals for 2 seasons. That very same day, Ben Zobrist reunited with his former manager, Joe Madden, Zobrist agreeing to a 4-year deal. And just 7 days later, the Cubs stole another player from their longtime division rivals. Jason Hayward picking the Cubs over St. Louis, signing an 8-year, $184 million mega deal, the largest in franchise history. But the surprises kept coming. With the spring training re-signing of Fowler, the Cubs now were ready. They had the pieces in place for a World Series run. The final transactions came from the trade market. Unsung hero Mike Montgomery was acquired from the Mariners. Then on July 25th, the final piece of the puzzle arrived, throwing gas at over 100 miles an hour. The Cubs had their closer in Aroldis Chapman. Led by the Ricketts family, 25 ball players, baseball's best manager, and a dynamic front office trio, the Cubs put the plan into place, constructing the best team in baseball.
The Cubs win the World Series! It's over! And the Cubs have finally won it all! 8-7-10!
Well, 108 years is a long time to wait, Todd. And Chicago, you waited 108 years, and it's time to have a party.
Well, there's no doubt about it. It's time to have a party. It is well worth it. I personally, I look back at, just our time together over the years. I mean, from where this team was to Theo coming on and ripping it down to the bottom, to the thin years that we lived through, the 90-loss seasons, the 100-loss seasons that were there. I mean, to where we are. I mean, we thought this would happen. I just don't know how certain we were of the timing of it. And it's amazing to sit here today to think, man, it happened probably a lot faster than many of us really believe.
So the guy who's in my earpiece every game,
right,
and is in my ear right now is Jeff Nelson. He's been producing with us for a long, long time.
Been with us the whole time,
and
the whole
he said
journey.
to me, God, it was like 3 years ago that we were literally doing the Cubs games, and they were so bad that we would congregate around my desk because I have a subscription to minor league baseball television, and the three of us would eat something and watch Chris Bryant bat for the Tennessee Smokies or Addison Russell.
Javi Baez, he was a favorite of ours, yeah.
For playing for Class A. I mean, really, it's unbelievable to see where it was to where it is.
It is. It's been an amazing. Run, and I think back to the one bold move that they made and the willingness to do it. not just Chris Bryant coming up and earning his way to the big leagues, or the timing of that. We talked about that at the beginning of last year. But the desire, the willingness of Theo and Jed to bring the young guys up together so that the chemistry was there. That was the one thing that I thought would be vital to this organization.
They got their seasoning
Most
together.
organizations don't want to do it because they want to control the pay structure and the pay scale of the younger players, and they're willing to accept one player 1 year and maybe a couple players the next year. But they kind of teeter it out that way with the idea of, you're able to control your budget better that way, as opposed to bringing everybody up at the same time. It's a huge risk on their part. All these guys are going to hit salary-wise. They're going to get to arbitration roughly the same time. The numbers are going to go up strong and pretty quick. But when you do that, you've got the ability to bring together a group that sees the future together, that grows together. The bumps and the bruises happen together, the failures happen together, and the successes happen together. And when you think about how this team won this game tonight, you realize that everybody had a part of it. All those young guys, from Addison Russell to Javi Baez to Chris Bryant to Anthony Rizzo, it says a lot and explains a lot.
All right, quick timeout. We'll come right back. We'll wrap up our post-game coverage here on CSN.
Go, Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win. Go, Cubs, go! Go, Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago!
We're going to set our mark high, absolutely. And I'm going to talk playoffs, I'm going to talk World Series this year, I promise you. And I'm going to believe it. And I'm going to see how this is all going to play out.
I'm going in with the intention of winning, and that means the division, that means the World Series, that means everything. You can call it arrogant, you can call it cocky, whatever you want, but I like to win.
Anytime you have enough talent to compete, you want to set your sights high.
We're trying to win a World Series. I didn't come here for a haircut. I came here for jewelry.
The Chicago Cubs, 2016 World Champions.
This Cubs Injury Report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
This one has amazing gas mileage, but I think this one is more my style. But then again, maybe this one is more my style. What to do?
Now, at Continental Motors, there's a 3-day exchange policy on all used cars.
Wow, 3 days, really?
Yeah, 124 hours.
No, 3 days is 72 hours.
Well, not if you're using the metric system.
No, still the same.
Even if you carry the...
72 hours.
So then 3 days. Grab your phone and come check out our unbeatable online selection at ContinentalMotors.com.
The Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation and the Bona family have teamed up to knock cancer out of the park. Order your Italian beef the Rizzo way, and Bona will donate to my charity. I'm proud to be working with the Cubs and the Bona family, 2 Chicago originals.
Order it the Rizzo way at your local Bona restaurant.
In Chicago, some things just go together, like front porches and blue W's, bricks and ivy, Waveland Avenue and souvenirs, Jake and State Farm. Like home and auto insurance with State Farm, they just go together, and they save you time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
For the most Cubs coverage, go to csnchicago.com. Brought to you by Wintrust.
The Indians have done it before. Here's the 0-1. This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series. Bryant makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7-10.
It's our World Series champions, Joe Buck, making that call. Tough play. Bryant, if you watch the play, I think I saw this. He had a big smile on his face as he made the play, like, I got this, we're good. Shoo. Over to Rizzo, championship.
It was easy. Yeah, had it in the bag the whole time. Nothing to sweat here. Don't even worry about the tie. We got it. We'll get together. We'll huddle up in the clubhouse and, we'll endure this rain delay and find a way to win a baseball game. They did. Incredible group. What a team.
So we like to say, we got to find a way to win a baseball game, and they did it, and you finally have the final game of the season for you Cubs fans ends in a victory. Again, a huge thanks to our unbelievable crew out here. I'm going to miss somebody, so I'm not going to name names, but we had a whole slew of people that brought you all these amazing pictures and interviews. Our crew was just the best in the business. The same thing for the folks back at CSN in downtown Chicago. Our bosses, Phil Bedella and Kevin Cross. and my partner, the best in the business.
You're the best, man.
You're my guy. I love you,
man.
Our guy Ryan Sandberg, Kelly Crow,
Thanks,
and
Rhino.
Luke on the field. It's been an honor to be with all of you. We will see you for the parade, and we will see you at Cubs Convention. And the season's not far off. Cubs are the champions. We love you.
Don't let anyone say that it's just a game. For I've seen other teams and it's never the same. When you're born in Chicago, you're blessed and you're healed. The first time you walk into Wrigley Field. Our heroes wear pinstripes, heroes in blue. Give us the chance to feel like heroes too. Forever we'll win, and if we should lose, we know someday we'll go all the way. Yeah, someday we'll go all the way. We are one with the Cubs we're in love. Yeah, hold our head high as the underdogs. We are not fair weather, but foul weather fans. Like brothers in arms in the streets and the stands. There's magic in the ivy and the old scoreboard. The same when I stared at as a kid keeping score. In a world full of greed, I could never want more. And someday we'll go all the way. Yeah, 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 someday we'll go all the way. And here's to the men and the legends we've known, teaching us faith and giving us hope. United we stand and united we'll fall. Down to our knees the day we win it all. Yeah, Ernie May said, oh, let's play two. Oh, did he mean 200 years? In the same ballpark, a diamond our jewel, the home of our joy and our tears. Keeping traditions and wishes made new, a place where our grandfathers' fathers they grew. A spiritual feeling if I ever knew. And if you ain't been, I am sorry for you. And when the day comes for that last winning run, and I'm crying and covered in beer, I look to the sky and know I was right to think someday we'll go all the way. Yeah, 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 someday we'll go all the way. Oh, someday we'll go all the way. Yeah, someday we'll go all the way. Yeah, someday we'll go all the way.
We're coming home to Chicago, baby. Jed's in charge. I'm going on a bender.
Make sure he's in bed by 8.
Sometimes I get scared.
Scared of what, Danny?
The things I can't see.
Got a weird feeling. Almost forgot. In case anything happens.
Dad, I got this.
I Hi, everybody. This is Pat Hughes. The Chicago Cubs are in the World Series for the first time in 71 years. To commemorate this, BigTimeBats.com is releasing the 2016 World Series Team Signature Bat. The full-size bat will have the facsimile signatures of the Cubs team and the World Series logo. The bat is limited to 5,000 individually numbered bats and sells for $129.95. Call BigTimeBats.com now at 1-866-280-BATS.
Here's some information. We have the right amount of beer taps. If we had any more, the kegs wouldn't stay fresh. Any fewer, and we might not have that beer you like on tap. The one you can't pronounce, so you just point. We've got all that and more, which makes us pretty confident. We've got that confident look in our eyes, the squinty one with the furrowed brow, because of the taps.
An A235 operator interface. The XL Dual Flow Cyclomatic. Thing's a machine. Melzik 4000, LC30.
No one knows your business better than you.
Helical interpolation.
And even though we might not get exactly what every part of your business does, we understand that every part is important.
Hey, Mark. Over to the Elite Series 1000. This 90-degree pusher on, then onto the VB484. Look at that thing. Oh, I've got one more idea.
MB Financial Bank. MB means business.
When I first learned of my cancer, you go from planning what you're going to do for the weekend to, okay, what do I do to save my life? My outlook at the moment is very hopeful, and I think a large part of that is having been connected with my mentor, Angel. She was able to provide inspiration that you'll get better and you'll continue to lead a happy, normal life, even if you're battling this disease.
We now join the following program already in progress.